Now the placodermi, they were a class of armored prehistoric fish, and they were the first fish to have jaws. Um, there's a 380 million year old fossil that represents one of the oldest known examples of live birth. Then there's the class Chondrichthyes, or cartilaginous fish. And these have jaws, they have paired fins, paired nostrils, scales, two-chambered hearts, and their skeletons are cartilage instead of bone. Um, their brain weight is relative to their body size, so their brain is usually about 10 times the size of that of bony fish. Their digestive system has spiral valves and a cloaca, which is one opening, and urinary, digestive, and reproductive systems empty into this opening. They don't have bone marrow because they don't have bone, so their red blood cells are produced in their spleen and a special tissue around their gonads. They also are produced in an organ called Leydig's organ, which you find only in cartilaginous fish, but some might have lost it and they use just their spleen and the tissue around their gonads. They also have another organ that's called the epigonal organ, and that has a role in their immune system. They breathe through 5 to 7 gills, depending on the species. But they differ in how they get the water to go over their gills. They mostly use their mouths. The chimeras and skates do this, but the rays get water through spiracles, which are small holes on top of their head that run to the gills. And you find a spiracle behind each eye on most of the species of rays. Their tough skin is covered with dermal teeth. They're also called placoid scales or dermal denticles. So when you rub them like you can at a lot of the aquariums now or zoos, they feel like sandpaper. And this is what the scales look like. All the chondrichthyes have dorsal, caudal, anal, pelvic, and pectoral skins. Fins, not skins. The anal, pelvic, and pectoral fins are all paired. The pectoral fins are usually fixed, and you can see them there. The pectoral would be up close to the shoulders behind the gill slits, and then the dorsal, of course, are on the back. The caudal is the tail fin. The pelvic fins are around the hips, and then the anal fin is behind the anus. The skeleton is cartilaginous. The notochord is generally replaced by cartilage. It's present in their young. They don't have ribs, so if you leave them out of the water, their body weight will crush their internal organs a long time before they'll actually suffocate. Fertilization is internal. Their development is usually what's called ovoviviparous, which is live birth, but it hatched out of an egg inside the mother's body. Others are oviparous, they lay eggs, and sometimes they give live birth, they're viviparous. But there's no parental care after they give birth. Sometimes, though, they will guard their eggs.